So this morning, I do still want to do the little chatting bit before we get into the game. All right, excellent. YouTube says we're real. I realized, well, when I watched back the last one, that the moment I click start streaming here, I am live already, kind of, even though YouTube doesn't say I am. So I'm free to start talking. I don't have to wait for YouTube to tell me that I can start talking. Either or. So yeah, lesson learned from last time. And also last time I just let the game audio play, and that, watching it back, that annoyed the crap out of me. So I've muted it so that we can just talk without having to have that. In future I might play some music, we'll see. I did find some music that I can use. Probably won't need to use it today because we're not doing any heavy lifting yet on our journey. I have my coffee this morning, and it is coffee this morning, not a tea. Sometimes you need the coffee. Sometimes it's just nice to hold warm things. Yeah. So I learned a lot from last stream as well. Last few ones, watching it back, I noticed that like the performance rate of the video would shift as I was streaming, and you would get like glitchy moments or freezing moments. So I've made some changes to my settings to see if this time we can erase that. If we manage to eliminate it completely, that'll be fantastic. If it's not eliminated completely, I'll tweak the settings again tomorrow and try again, and we'll keep going until we get exactly the right settings to make this a smooth experience. Yeah. And that's about it. Yesterday was a no stream day. You need breaks and you got to look after yourself. So that was my Sunday. It was just a day to look after myself and rest. My kitty is somewhere around here. I don't know where. Somewhere around here. She may come say hello or not. She's doing all right this morning. Yeah, I hope you all had a restful night, a restful weekend. Most of you are back to work. I know that I'm streaming during the hours that no one's going to watch, by the way. I am aware that my current streaming hours are not optimal for someone who lives in Australia. But I'm working with, since I'm learning, since I'm figuring it all out, I'm more comfortable streaming when potentially there isn't going to be anybody watching anyway. So I'm not too worried about that. Less pressure on me, and that's what this is all about. So yeah, the better we get at it, the more I can curate and find times. There she is. There's my kitty in the background there, having some noms. So I had a little breakfast this morning. Sometimes I find it hard to eat breakfast, so I'll just have a banana. But it's good to have something over nothing. Yeah, always good to have something over nothing in the tummy. I have a feeling that my cat is in the mood to knock, just to wreck shop today. I feel like she's going to be knocking stuff all over the place. She's in that kind of a mood. Which, fair enough. It's Monday morning. So we'll see what happens. There may be some live stream destruction from my cat trying to tear my place apart. We'll see what happens. It's never a dull time with a kitty. It really isn't. You never know. Well, it's not that you never know, it's just you don't pay attention, and then you miss the signs that they were giving you, telling you that they might want to wreck stuff today. We'll see what happens. But I actually do want to get into the game quite quickly. I do want to get into it and keep going on our journey and keep seeing what happens. And now I know I went super explain mode last time, and it kind of overrode, I guess, any aspect of, well, not any aspect, but some of the aspects of maybe like a more storytelling kind of element. So see if we can get a bit of balance between storytelling and explaining things. But knowing me, it's going to be one or the other, or it'll just turn into a mess and no one is going to be able to follow along with what I'm trying to do. So we'll see what happens. Let's get into this game and let's turn that audio back on. Alright, audio first, because if we forget that, then so help us. Here we are. Alright, audio is on. We can hear the game now, and then we can come back to here to check on you. Fantastic. Oh, and I do want to check quickly that I managed to get this chat thing working again. Hold up. I did a test before, but I don't think it worked. Let's see. There we are. Okay, nope, it's still it's working. Alright, so this is how it goes. Fantastic. Oh, I'm glad for that. So it does only show up and work when I'm live. Yeah, I can't test it prior. Good to know. Good to know. Alright, here we go. So today we are going to make our way to Mt.MOON, grab some encounters, and we're going to make our way through Mt.MOON, with the goal being just to clear Mt.MOON. So just to get through it, make it to Cerulean City. I don't think I want to take Misty on today. I think I'll probably do that tomorrow. It just depends how long it takes us to get there. But since I'm trying not to use speed up, it could take us a red hot minute to get there. Alright, so we have the squad. Let's do a little recap. We've got Striker, our Zeb Striker. With Comatose. So I can't be statused, I can't be put to sleep, I can't be burned. Which is a good time, which is good for us in battle, can't be statused in that way. We got Grims, the Grim Snarl with Stakeout. We got Reg, the Reg Ice with Cheek Pouch. We got Gur with Aftermath, he's a Red Rock. And we got our Basal with Valiant Shield. I think, oh, and we got Lyre with Misty Surge. Alright, so that's the current squad that we're rocking with. We obviously have some other team members in the PC, but we're not going to go through them every time. Now, we got our encounter for over here in the previous episode already, I want to say. I'm just going to confirm it. I'm pretty sure it was our only... Yes, with Quick Draw. So it was this dude. So we have... I kind of want him on the team, to be honest. Fighting type is a good type. Because I have 2 grass types. But you have Giga Drain, but you have Valiant Shield, but you have Misty Surge. Decisions. You know what? We'll leave you in here for now. Alright, so we're going to get through. These next few trainer battles are not particularly complicated, but we'll see. It depends what they have. In a randomizer, anything can happen. So even though these aren't exactly high-level, dangerous battles, there could still be some things showing up. Ooh, she has a Calyrex. Well, there you go. We are... Do I have an Ice-type move? This is the question. I don't know if I get early Ice-type moves. I feel like I have Electric-type moves, but not Ice-type moves. I don't have Ice-type moves yet, but I do have Flame Charge, so that'll do. That'll do it. I think it is grand that they let this form of Zeb Striker keep its fire moves, or well, still can learn fire moves. Because it's an ice type now, and that doesn't typically happen. Unless you're a dumb mannequin. We're getting very speedy. And there's the Zarude. She got some grass types. Just as well. Makes it somewhat easier for us. Because this thing doesn't... What do you have? Vine Whip? Leer. Look how angry he looks. Like, just his face. I never paid attention to how they designed his jaw in this. And he looks so cranky. I love the sprite work in this game as well. It makes my brain happy. Let's put Grims out the front, get him... Again, these battles don't mean anything, they don't serve any purpose except to count as clearing an area for me. And there's a bit of randomness to see how it's all turned out. That's covered. So we have a couple more encounters coming up, and we have two big battles, I guess, or two boss battles that we have to do to get through MT.MOON. So like I did in the previous one, I have my calc screen set up so I can take you guys through calcing and through my thought process with me, and you can learn along with me. So I think I'll save most of the explaining for that, and then with the encounters I'll do a bit more, try to do a bit more storytelling stuff, like giving the characters like I love making up little personalities for each of my Pokemon, especially based on, you know, what abilities they get and you know, their initial natures and things like that. So yeah, and then, you know, crafting some kind of a story about it, you know, why they're on my journey, why they might have joined my team. I still can't believe that Regigigas freaking got slow start, of all the things. Of all the things. So sometimes even in a randomizer, Pokemon can roll or be assigned their regular ability. It is rare to happen, but it does happen, and in this case it has happened. So this giant thing in front of me has got its regular ability, which is it's not a good ability at all. And usually the fun of this is getting one of those, but without that ability. Because it destroys, it wrecks shop, it does great things, and it's good fun to play around with. But that will not be happening in this run. There's just no shot that we get to do anything. You are a poison type, and I do not like poison. For you, what is it? It's poison electric. Which we're just gonna go into Reg, because it's a special tackle, but Reg is a special war in this wall, and it's not gonna do too much. T-Wave, Paralysis. And I can bulldoze it. I mean, I don't have great attack, but this is quite effective. And again, a lot of this random me saying all this may be going over your heads, or these things that are happening in the battles not making sense, but I think if I spend the whole time explaining, I start to lose out on some of the enjoyment for me. I think you guys do too, because it just becomes an overwhelming, too much information. It's just too much information. So you can learn with me in the calcs when we calc for battles and things like that, and if you have specific questions, that's a good time to ask, is then. But yeah, as I play through, I'm just going to focus on what's happening in front of me, because when I don't focus on what's happening in front of me, mistakes are made and things are happening, and then I lose things. So there's a little less pressure because I'm doing a playthrough rather than doing a Nuzlocke. So I'm not too worried, but like I said, I'm treating this like I'm not trying to be casual about it. You know, I don't want to deliberately just sit here and click A and not pay attention and not care about losing things just because I'm not doing a Nuzlocke. So I am gonna make every effort to do those things. But of course, half the fun is what happens when you stop paying attention and make a mistake anyway. And for me, I am gonna probably do that a bit more than usual. So I have ADHD. I struggle to pay attention. Oh well, I don't struggle to pay attention. But that's a different story. But yeah, my attention goes a bit of everywhere, as you can probably tell. And I noticed it a lot in how I was in the last stream, but I was really happy with how I was in the last stream, because I was really relaxed. I was enjoying myself. Yes, I was talking 100 miles an hour, given an absolute information overload to any poor soul who sat through and watched that. But I was myself, and I misspoke plenty of times, like I said the wrong thing a bunch of times, like, or I overlooked information and things like that. So yeah, it was an interesting experience, and it's just nice to see myself be myself, I guess, in a very much more relaxed kind of setting. In the past, I've been someone who just has never felt comfortable to be how I am, and that's still a work in progress. But doing this is great fun for me, and I noticed that I'm still very inwards, I guess. Like if you look at a lot of other like YouTubers and PokeTubers, they're very outwardly expressive and outwardly like loud, and they have big mouth movements, and they make big gestures, and they exaggerate. And some of it's exaggeration, some of it's just they have high energy and they're out there like that. I don't think I'm really ever going to be that, but it's nice to present myself with the option of being able to, if I want to have a big old reaction to something that happens on screen, if I want to be a bit dramatic, I can be. I can let my emotions, you know, come in and be how they are, and I can be overexcited, or I can get cranky, or, you know, whatever. I can let that happen. And I could be a bit louder, or a bit, you know, see what happens with it. See what happens with it. Alright, we're getting through these goobers. So yeah, when I say storytelling aspects, some of it's going to be about me and my life, because this is a journey for me, and I want to share my journey and myself with you guys as I go. So it's going to come up in pieces and things like that, and for the fact that, you know, no one's really going to see these earlier, you know, streams and VODs, I don't really have to stress about what I do or don't say here. So people are going to pick up, you're going to pick up bits and pieces about me as you watch, as you listen, as you learn. So yeah. Pardon me. Curve it, curve it, curve it. Alright, and this is the spot we get to the next stage of the care package that we get. So we're going to get a whole bunch of items right now, and I am just going to click A through it. Some of them are really good items, and we'll go through, when I'm in the calcs, I'll take y'all through some of the new items that I've gotten here, and that way you can learn about the, some different items as well. And we don't have, here we go, I think it's this dude and that chick down there, and then that's the last two trainers before we get our next set of encounters. We got 2 more encounters, oh no, 3 more encounters to get, because I am getting the statics. Hello, throw. So this dude, what is it? So, oh, he has mummy. It's actually pretty good on him. He's bulky. His name is Throw, and he has a counterpart fighting type called Sork. And they are the Bert and Ernie of Pokemon. Like, if that Pokemon seeing that reminds you of Bert and Ernie, it's supposed to. And it's just, I can't help it when I look at him. Yeah. And that's the fun part about all of this too, is some of these Pokemon designs have links to just, you know, little other bits and pieces of life. Some which make you laugh, and some which make you cringe on the inside and never want to ever think of a particular memory or thing again. So you're never sure what you're gonna get. Is my repel on? It is now. Teleport. I didn't explain about TMs in the last video, so I'll probably do that today too. TMs and moves. There's one! I love Octobacks, so I'm a big fan of anything and all things dinosaur. Dinosaur and fossil Pokemon are my jam, and I've done several, well not several, but I have a couple of playthroughs going on my handheld where I just use fossil Pokemon or fossil and dinosaur Pokemon only. It's a good time. I haven't, that's a good reminder. I don't think I've completed any of those playthroughs with my fossil and dinos, so I might want to go and resume those, I suppose. Or I could turn them into playthroughs that I do on my channel. That can also be a thing. I already have my first series playthrough that I'm going to do planned. But yeah, those, well, Nuzlocke actually. But yeah, those are a good second backup idea. Or maybe even just the next idea. Alright, so in this game, they do have raid dens. These are like wild boss battle thing that you can do. You take on a big Pokemon and you go in, and if you win you get a chance to catch it. Chance is not guaranteed. In my playthrough I am not going to be doing any dens. There are going to be 0 dens done in this playthrough. I do not care for them. You can lose Pokemon in Nuzlocke setting. You can lose Pokemon really, really recklessly, especially early on, because they're stronger Pokemon. And in a randomizer, they might just turn out to be too powerful, too OP. They could be legendary, they could be fully evolved, and you don't have fully evolved Pokemon yet. There's a lot of risks involved in doing the dens in the randomized playthrough. If it's not randomized, I encourage you to do the dens. The dens are fantastic. They're opportunities to get Pokemon you wouldn't usually find, so they're a bit rarer. Let's heal up. And yeah, you can have good fun with them. And it also explains, I guess, some of the other mechanics of this game, and it's the only instance where you're going to see Dynamax, which is a Gen 8 mechanic. And if you haven't played Gen 8 and you don't know what I'm talking about, don't stress it. Just, you can leave the dens alone. Or play with it and see what they are, just so you can start to learn about them. Now this guy here, he's an important one to talk to. He says, have I got a deal for you, or let you on a secret? I have a Magikarp for just $500. So if you're not playing a randomized game, you can get a free Magikarp here. Well, free. $500 Magikarp. $500 for a fish. But it will turn into a Gyarados. It will evolve into some power. So you can get that. I'm going to get that. And I'm also going to talk to him again. Couldn't get enough of it. I want another one. Now it's 75,000. Not an issue, since I'm not doing money grinding in this game, so I'm going to get that as well. So what it gives you, if you buy the second one is shiny. So shiny in Pokemon games is just a term that, so for example, we have a look at Grimm's here. His colouring is his normal colouring, so the dark blue, the green, with the bits of pink and red and white, that's his normal colouring. But he has an alternate colouring called a shiny version that is very rare, or much rarer to encounter. And so shinies have different colours to their normal colour scheme. And they can be quite pretty, they can be ugly, they're different. They're different to their normal colour scheme. And they're quite coveted in the Pokemon community. So we'll see what our shiny is gonna be. So it went straight to our PC. So let's go have a look. Oh, we got a Basculegion. Yes. Okay. This fish. And we got the female. So in this game there are sometimes gender differences. Usually it's just an appearance based thing, but sometimes the gender difference can mean a difference in stats, a difference in how they're built. So in this case, how Basculegion female is built is slightly different as the male. The male is more of a physical attacker, the female is more of a special attacker. So it's not much of a difference. In fact, if you look at the stats, the difference is not too much, but she's going to be geared towards being more specially viable. And she has Sand Spit. So Sand Spit summons sand for 5 turns when hit. So that means if she gets hit with an attack, she's going to spit some sand out and it's going to create a sandstorm, which is a weather effect. So she has a weather effect based thing, and sand in this game is has a damaging effect on whoever's in the battle. So at the end of each turn, before you're able to select your next move, you'll take damage from the sandstorm, because there's sand going all around you and it's, ouch. And it only impacts on some Pokemon. So because Basculegion here is a water ghost type, I'm going to get hit by the sandstorm. But there are Pokemon types like rock types and ground types and steel types that are unaffected by sandstorm, because it's like their natural habitat, right? So a rock is not going to be bothered by, sand. The ground is not going to be bothered by sand. And steel is not bothered by sand. So when they can actually thrive in sand. So it's a weather that benefits some types of Pokemon and disadvantages all other types of Pokemon. And there's different types of weather. Sand is just one. There are 3 more. Well, I suppose 4 if you count the fact that there's also the opportunity. So if you count no weather, there are 4 types of weather. 5 types of weather, sorry. Oh, my brain. My brain has had a morning. And this one we release because I'm only using one of them. And there's no dupes in this game, so I don't get to use them both. And it's not like a backup. I don't need a backup anyway because it's not a Nuzlocke. Like, if I was Nuzlocking this, I could have the option to keep both. And if one died, I could put that one in the death box and then keep using the other because I still had one alive. But I don't play that way. I don't like having dupes. Everything gets one life and one life only. Or, in this case, we're only going to have one of each playing through with this. So I'm going to leave her there for now. I'm going to go get my other encounters. So let me see, we want Striker in the front, Sal up here for backup, and we've got a few things just if we need. Now I definitely have Pokeballs, and I remember that the last time I tried to do catching, it only let me use the Quick Balls, so we're going to see if that's changed. Got ourselves a berry, and we want to turn the Infinite Repeller off, and we want to see what we get in this patch of grass. Little buggo. Hello, little Venipede. So it has slow start. But that's fine, it's gonna evolve. And we got it. Now, yeah, that was always gonna be a bit of an easy catch. And she could be good. She could evolve into something good. Hello. We're just going to call you Venipe. Or... no. We'll go with that. Alright, and we have one more encounter to get. Before I go and check on that, I am going to save. In case today is the day or the time when the game crashes and we lose everything. Not that that's the end of the world either, it's just a little bit more work in getting back to that point. Alright, this is MT.MOON. This is the cave we're going to make our way through, or the mountain we're going to make our way through. First we're going to get our encounter. That is a trainer I will come back to battle. Here we go. What have we got? Ooh, Gothitelle. Goth Girl has arrived. Oh, she might be a bit harder to catch. Stay in the Pokeball, please. Nope, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Alright. Fight. Get T-waved. Ha 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 ha. So things like, I said I wasn't going to explain while I was doing this. Well, too bad. So things like Thunder Wave, that move is called a status move, and it gives a condition. So you can see the little lightning bolt that's appeared over on the other side of the screen. It means that this Pokemon is paralyzed, and paralysis it cuts your speed in half. So whatever speed this Pokemon was, it's now in half. And at each turn that Pokemon goes to attack, it's still Quick Balls. It's still Quick Balls. Each time that Pokemon goes to attack, there's a chance that it won't be able to because it'll be fully paralyzed. Let me go in here. Can I use a Pokeball here, please? Again, very good. I would like to stop wasting my Quick Balls, please. We're gonna have to give it an attack and probably swap out because its Fake Tears does a lot. Alright. Grims could come in and fake out. I am gonna calc it. I won't take you guys with me to the calc screen for this one. Just because it's just a little one. Alright, we have the what? Gothitelle. Gothitelle. Oh my god, I can't spell this morning. There we are, Gothitelle. It's level 14, and I am gonna be a Grimmsnarl. Level 22. That's adamant and has Fake Out. Because Gothitelle has reasonable defense. Yeah, Fake Out's fine. It's going to do a bit of damage, but not a lot of damage. And it won't be able to really do any damage to me either because it's a Psychic type. And I'm immune to Psychic, so... Although I think it's Double Slapping. Double Slapping I don't have to fear either. It's not doing very much. Alright, I fight with Fake Out. Did a little bit, and that's all I want. Why is it going back to Quick Ball? I don't understand why it's saying it's the most viable ball to use. There we go. And see, sometimes that's all it takes. It's just that little bit of damage to get it to stay in the ball. Yes, I will nickname you. Cosita. Cosita. Cosarita. I'm gonna call you Sorita. Alright, we have Sorita. Alright, I'm going to turn the rappel back on so that we don't have any encounters now. And let's get out of here. Alright, so we're going to work our way through this, but we are going to do battle prep for the next battle first, before we go through there. So we've healed up, and now we're going to go across our PC. We're going to get our new encounters out. I also have to nickname this one. We can have a look at these guys. So Benipe will evolve, I think, to her second stage. We'll see. Sarita is fully evolved, so she won't keep evolving. I didn't even level everybody else up. Let's do that. So what we'll do right now is we'll level everybody up and get them to the level cap. And there will be actually another evolution as well. The little Spooter friend is going to evolve. Alright, candy time. We'll do Venipe first. Gonna learn Poison Tail. That's a good move. Go to Poison Sting. And Bug Bite. Maybe we don't evolve yet. Screech, I don't care for Pursuit. Oh no, we do. We do evolve. Cool. Here she goes. And now she's going to have a new ability as well, so we get to check that out, which is always exciting, but it won't, this is not even her final form. So she's not going to have her final ability. We won't know that till a bit later. Hello, Whirlipede. Mortal Spin. This is a decent move as well. Detect. I can always relearn Detect. I'll keep Screech for now, only because it's going to let me lower defenses of other Pokemon, which this Pokemon kind of needs a little bit of help with doing that. Alright, so she's evolved. We just get Sarita up. Psybeam, here we are. This is a move we want. See, we only had Confusion before. Embargo. Tickle. Embargo is better than Double Slap. Embargo stops your opponent from being able to use held items, which, not held items, from being able to use items in battle, but it's kind of a pointless move, because it's not like either of us is going to use potions. Anyway. Now, Basculegion here has such a long name that they can't fit it all in, so it's just Basculegion. Well, they're missing a letter, and a couple of the names are like that. Don't care for Chip Away. Don't care for Takedown. Oh, Crunch. We munch. She munch. Oh, what the hell? Now, we are a special attacker, but early on we don't get a lot of special moves, so we kind of have to embrace the physical side of things for a bit, which is fine. Her attack stat isn't awful. Alright, let's nickname you. What am I gonna call you? I'm just gonna call you Legion. She is a whole Legion all on her own. And she will fight you. She will fight you. Alright, we have our Legion. I'm gonna quickly change their natures. So Dorita benefits from a modest nature. I know I kind of briefly went over natures in the last one too. just a little bit, but you benefit from an adamant nature. And currently, you benefit from an adamant nature. Alright, so we can have a look at them too, and we can see what their abilities are. Fatal Precision. That is a good ability. So Fatal Precision says, so super effective moves can't miss and are boosted by 20%, so their power is increased by 20%, which is fantastic. So I am a Psychic type, so only my Psychic type stab is going to be boosted by this. This ability is somewhat... well, that's not true. My Psychic type super effective moves are boosted by this, and so is any other move that I learn. So like, I get Charge Beam. As long as it's super effective, it gets the boost, but it's not going to get the stab boost. But that's alright. Sarita gets a range of different types of moves, so it's going to be... we're going to have some fun with that. And they can't miss, which is great as well. Alright, so I'm happy with that for her. Prankster. That's not bad. I mean, I only really have Screech. So Prankster gives +1 priority to status moves. What that means is, so my speed tier here is quite slow. It's my worst stat. I'm a slow Pokemon. So typically in a battle I won't go first. But if I use a status move, so a non-damaging move here, like Screech, all status moves, you'll see have, where's my mouse? Here it is. Have this symbol here. So that's how you know it's a status move, whereas see this has this symbol here, that means physical damage. And I'll show you special moves later on, because I don't have any special on here, but Screech. An ear-splitting Screech is emitted to sharply reduce the foe's defense. So if I were to click this first in battle, that means my ability means I will attack first, and I will get this attack off first, which is puts me at an advantage, because even on the second turn I'll attack second, I'll have done this first, so my second attack will do more damage, which is fantastic. But it's worth noting the accuracy of this move is only 85%, so there is a 15% chance to miss. So accuracy ranges from anywhere from 100, which means this doesn't miss, unless my accuracy gets lowered by the opponent's moves. So it goes all the way down. I think probably the least accurate moves are some really powerful moves. They've around 30 accuracy. So yeah, there's good variation in moves for different reasons as well. Some of the moves are more powerful moves have a lower accuracy to even out their chance of doing anything to you. But this game actually removes a lot of accuracy drops for a lot of different moves, particularly attacking moves. So Aqua Tail, for example, in standard games is actually, I think it's base 95 or base 90 accuracy. One of the two. But in this game it's got 100% accuracy, so it can't miss, which is great. Yeah, and I said, yes. So this symbol here with the circles means special damage. Physical, special. So that's how you can tell the difference, whether or not a move is physical or special, or a status move. Yeah. And every move has a different effect, so... Alright, so we've got those 3 sorted, so now let's go to the couch screen and craft our party for the next battle. I will save first. My coffee is losing its heat. I may go heat it up before we get into this. Yeah, I'm gonna go heat it up before we get into this. Alright, let's take a little break. I know I haven't been going for too long, but it's one of those days I need a break. Alright, there we go. I like how my headphones, like random side note, keep my hair out of my eyes. It saves me having to put my hair up and then put headphones on, so I don't have to double up on that. It's cat photos. I told you y'all I would get distracted by cat photos. I can't not get distracted by cat photos. Alright, cat photos make the day better. So do pet photos, dog photos, any kind of animal photos. Animals, guys. Animals. That's why Pokemon is great, because a lot of them are based on animals. A lot of them aren't, but creatures are amazing and fantastic. And I need to sit more comfy. I can't not sit cross-legged. Is a thing. Alright, I have hot coffee again. I have hot coffee again. Alright guys, let's go to the calc screen and let's do this. Calcs. There we go, they're all ready to go. Alright. Yep. Cool. Alright, so what are we looking at? We're looking at Super Nerd Miguel. Okay, still haven't figured out how to make these stay turned on the whole time. I don't even know if I can. More research. I'll fit more research at some point. Now, where were we before we were so rudely interrupted by my headphones turning off? Super Nerd Miguel. Now this battle is going to be a bit different from the previous types of battles that you saw in the last two sessions, because this is a double battle. So previously you would have seen I sent out one Pokemon and then my opponent sent out one Pokemon, and it was that format. This is a different format. Double battles is literally like what it sounds like. Instead of sending out one Pokemon, I send out two. So I have a team of 2 on the field and my opponent has a team of 2 on the field. So here we can see that this trainer has 4 Pokemon, and the first 2 that get sent out together are the Voltorb and the Thwackey. So they come out together, and double battles are there's a different energy to single battles. There's more things to consider, because obviously there's 2 Pokemon, and you could get attacked twice in one turn, or one of the Pokemon, for example, the Thwackey in this has an ability called Grassy Surge, which sets a grassy terrain. The grassy terrain supports grass-type Pokemon and moves. It heals all Pokemon on the field, including non-grass types, but it also powers up grass-type moves. So its partner, which is a Hisuian Voltorb, which is also a grass-type, has its grass-type moves boosted by the terrain, by its partner. So that you can send out Pokemon that have synergy together, that work together more effectively, which is, when doing double battles in a randomizer like this is harder because Pokemon don't have their normal abilities, so finding Pokemon that have synergistic energy together is a little more challenging because it's a little more luck based as to what you get, and you may or may not find things that can synergize at all, but it adds another layer or element of difficulty, and I am here for the difficulty. So let's have a look at what we could possibly use to counter this person's team. So we'll go into the PC. I said I was going to level these groupers up, didn't I? Alright, actually let's do that. First things first, mild pause. Pause on the calcs. Let's level these guys up to the level cap so that they can be considered viable for this battle. See, if I had forgotten to level these guys up, but like went to use this, I could have been in a bit of trouble when I went to take them on. Because these guys have set levels, so see, it says in the docs that they're level 17 and 18. If I didn't level up, actually, it wouldn't have been too bad. I mean, I would have been under-leveled a little bit, but I would have been at a disadvantage, right? Because I'd have been going in with potentially level 15 Pokemon, which is not what we want to do. But I'm sure I'll do it at some point. I'm sure I will do it at some point. Alright, candies. Let's do this little goober first. Scary face. No, I don't want scary face. Alright, we're already there. Flatter. No, not a move we want. Psyshield Ram. Psyshield Ram is a good move. It's its signature move. So some Pokemon have what are called signature moves, which means, well, not that only they learn them. This is a signature move of this, and typically what that means in regular games is that no other Pokemon learns this move because its signature belongs to that Pokemon, kind of thing. In this game though, these moves have been spread out amongst other Pokemon, so other Pokemon do have access to them. And I love that. I think that's great. So this raises my defense every time I use it, which is fantastic. So we'll get rid of Leer for that. I forgot how early we get that. I don't care for takedown. Alright, now we're going to have another evolution. Little spider friend here, Spooter, as I like to say, is turning into a bigger Spooter. In fact, it's becoming a spider. Yeah. A lot of hate for spiders in the world. I am not someone who hates spiders. I do not mind spiders. The only time that they are... So I live in Australia, and you know, there's that saying that everything in Australia is out to kill you, especially the spiders and the snakes and the bugs and the things and all of that. Yes, we got some spiders here who can do some damage, but for the most part, at least if you see it and stuff like that, you can just go pick them up, you know, with a jar and a piece of paper and just shoot them to a better environment. Yeah, but of course we all have our startle moments. So if a spider startles me and I can't, remember, I have a startle response and I just kill it. Such is life. But they're not the scariest things in the world. For me, for some people they are. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everything, different stuff scares different people. Sword stance. I don't think I want to give you sword stance. This Pokemon is more of a utility type Pokemon. We can take that with a Nightshade. And when I say it's more of a utility type Pokemon, I mean I'm going to use it more for not so much to do damage, but to hinder and annoy the other team when it eventually gets moves that do that. It can do damage, but it's not designed really for damage output. T-Wave is a good move to have over Doll Eyes. We don't want Faint. Alright, now we're up to date. And because our Spooter Narak did evolve, we can have a look at him and see their new ability. Now, this might turn this Pokemon from being a, you know, more of a support Pokemon into a attacker. Not quite. So Gooey, if I get hit by a contact move, I lower the foe's speed, but that's only a contact move, so it has to be something that is a physical move, not a special move. Actually, not true. Some special moves do make contact, but they're rare. They're very rare. I mean, it makes sense. It's a spider, it shoots webs, it slows things down. Gooey is not my favorite ability in the world. It can be useful, but it doesn't really improve the fact that this is this type of Pokemon. Alrighty then. So now all of my squad, all of my potential, all of my encounters are at the level cap, which means I can sit here and have a look at what we need. So the first thing I do when I'm deciding who I'm going to bring here is I look at type advantage. So grass types are weak to poison types, which this, well, Venipe here is a bug poison type, so she's viable. So let's put her down the bottom there. Grass is weak to ice. Reg here is an ice type. Grass is weak to poison. Basal here is a poison type as well. Now then, of the party Pokemon that we have, Grass is weak to flying. And Grass, like I said, is weak to bug and poison, so we bring that as an option. And that's about it. So Grass is also weak to ice, and this is an ice type. We don't have any ice type moves. We have a fire type move, but it's not a very powerful one. And I don't think I particularly care to use it for this battle. So the rest we leave up here as not to be looked at yet until we decide who we go with. Now, I am inclined to not bring little Mandy here because she's still just a little baby, and the Voltorb is also an electric type, which is super effective against Mandy here. So we don't really want to bring Mandy because Mandy will be in danger if we bring our little baby Burb, and we don't want to do that, so we're not going to do that. So these are our options. Now my best option, one of my best options here, is Reg. Reg is power for this battle for many reasons. Its ability is great. So in this double battle, if they did both attack Reg, and Reg has Cheek Pouch though, so Reg can use a berry to get back up to nearly full health. But also Icy Wind here. So in a double battle, this attack hits both Pokemon on the other side. It's a double 2-target attack. Whereas if I were to use Charge Beam is a single target attack. It will only attack the Pokemon that I target, which I have to choose one or the other. And then, this is actually a good moveset to talk about this with. And then Bulldoze here is a move that hits everyone, including my partner. So if I use Bulldoze, it hits everyone on the field. So it doesn't just target the two, it doesn't target one, it targets all. Which means I risk hurting my partner if I use this move. I wouldn't use this move anyway because we're fighting grass types. Grass types resist ground, so it's not a very effective move. But Icy Wind is going to be a very effective move, and it's going to hit them both, and it's going to lower both of their speeds. So this is a really great Pokemon to bring, and a really great, it's going to assist us a lot in this battle. So we're going to lead with our Reg. Pop you up there. Okay, so now we just need to pick from these three who Reg's partner is going to be. So let's have a look at what we have here. We have Prankster, which I don't think I'm too worried about. We have Valiant Shield, which is a great, is actually pretty good for this. And we have Gooey. I think it's going to be Basal because of that Valiant Shield. So I think coming in and getting that plus to defense and then being able to get sludges off is going to go really well for us. So let's put that in the second slot. Pop you down there. And pop Weird there. Okay, so now obviously we need to pick the next 4 members of the team, right? And of course they have 2 other Pokemon that we have to, we have to think about. So while these 2 together I no doubt will take care of those couple there, he's got 2 Pokemon in the back that are going to come out eventually, right? Now these are still good options to have in the back if things go horribly wrong for some reason. Maybe there's a lot of critical hits that happen and we have to just swap. So one of these is probably going to come as backup. But we need to start looking at these other Pokemon, right? We've got to bring things to counter them. So the other Pokemon that Miguel has are a Bibarel, which is a normal water type, and a Sableye, which is a ghost dark type. So let's prepare for the Bibarel first. Now, it's the same process as before. We're looking at type advantage first. So Bibarel is the primary weakness we're going to focus down on with this Bibarel is its water type. Water is weak to grass and electric types. So I have some grass type here, I have an electric type here, and I have an electric type here. Now, I also have a grass type in Basal. Basal's already there, so it's good if they swap out into the Bibarel, my Basal is there to be able to do some damage to it, and I wouldn't be too worried. This Bibarel can be quite annoying, but it's not too much of a threat. And probably our best bet to bring here is gonna be Liar, because it resists 2 of the attacks that it has. And I want to say 47, 39, 29. It has the best defense stat. And it also has Misty Surge here, which is going to get rid of the grassy terrain, which is important to note. So I can get rid of the grassy terrain if I want. So Liar is actually a really good bring here for this, to combat not only to combat the terrain if I want to get rid of the terrain when that thing comes in, or just before it might come in, but it also is going to be able to take the hits and just do what it needs to do to take out the Bibarel. So yay. And then that leaves us with a Ghost Dark type to take on, and again, for backup, these guys are viable, so we'll put you in the backup corner. But now we need an answer or a counter for that Ghost Dark type Sableye. Now then, Ghost Dark is a very good typing. That's probably the biggest advantage to this Sableye that it has. As a Ghost Dark type, it's gonna wanna... its only weakness is Fairy types, which I happen to have a Fairy type right here. So, we're gonna bring our Grimmsnarl. And the nice thing about having Grimmsnarl as well is it's also a Dark type. So the important thing to take from this is, if you look at the Sableye, it has that ability that I got on one of my Pokemon called Prankster, right? Which prioritizes status moves. So it has a lot of status moves that it's going to want to take advantage of, but the thing about Prankster is it doesn't work on Dark types. So it can't do anything to my Grimms here, except attack it directly, which is fantastic. So Grimms here is a really, really good counter for this Pokemon. And I'll set it up with its inappropriate items later. Yeah. Now I'm not... Do I want to take you guys through that calcing process? I can, I suppose. I'll do it for the battle after. So I won't show you the calcs again. I already know that this is going to be an effective and efficient team to take care of this stuff. So because I've got Grimms there, but I will take you through, the next stage of composing, I guess, a team. So this is my primary team to take on these 4 Pokemon. Now I will pick 2 backup mons from this selection here. So when I'm looking for a backup Pokemon, I'm looking for something that can come in and get damage out as needed. Now this is Striker here is an excellent option because Striker is fast. Striker has a good speed tier, and I also can't be statused, so I can just come in and I can do damage if I need to. If one of the others gets too worn down or accidentally hit or accidentally statused, that's a good backup to have. And then that's not going to be too helpful. You're not going to be too helpful. Probably my best bet. I don't think you have a... No, you don't. We're not going to bring you, we're not going to bring you, and we're not going to bring you. Alright, yeah. No, my best backup for this battle is also going to be the Pikachu. Just because against the Bibarel it does... it can come in and be fast, and also fake things out and all of that stuff. Alright, so the Pikachu, the next stage of this, so we've chosen our team. We've made sure that our levels are at the level cap. The next stage is I'm going to take all the items that these guys are currently holding, and I'll show you how, I'll talk you through selecting an appropriate item. Now, Katia, I'm going to leave her with her Light Ball because it's her most viable item to hold. It's specifically for her, doubles that attack and special attack, and doubles her attack and special attack, and is gonna, help her be the strongest little Pikachu that she can be. Alright, for this battle, let me see here. So I'm gonna give this Pokemon, Reg, we're just gonna give a citrus berry, because HP recovery is the most important thing for Reg here. Now, one of the Pokemon does have a move that knocks off. It's literally called knock off, and it knocks off your item. If that happens, that happens. It's not too much of a worry. And then our other berry. So that's the item that suits Reg best for this battle. The item that suits Basal best for this battle is actually going to be a Yachi. Hidden Power Ice isn't going to... So, Basal is weak to Ice type moves, and even though there's two Grass type Pokemon on the field, one of them has a move called Hidden Power Ice, which is an Ice type move, as the name suggests, Hidden Power Ice. So it does have the ability to go for an Ice type move. So I might want to account for that by giving it a berry that is going to reduce the damage from an Ice type move, which I do have access to at this point in the game. It's called a Yachi berry, so it reduces the damage done by an Ice type move. And then I think really citrus berry. Citrus berries are fantastic. So they're a new berry that we've just gotten. There are no... that thing does have U-turn, but I probably won't send you in against it. Grims, we're going to just give a citrus berry because I'm not going to be status or anything. Striker, we're just going to give a citrus berry. Now Lyre is the... Do I have them? I do have a Tanga berry. Alright, Tanga berry we give to Lyre. So it's actually very imperative that we give Lyre a Tanga berry, because Lyre is a Psychic Grass type, and the Grass type Pokemon Thwacky here has a move called U-turn, which is a Bug type move. Now Bug is very effective, or super effective, against Grass types, but it's also super effective against Psychic types. And because I am dual type and I have both of those types, that means I am, instead of being, I'm 4 times weak to Bug type moves, which means that move would likely just take me out immediately. But if I hold that berry, the Tanga berry, it's going to reduce the damage from that move should it be used on me. Now ideally, Lyre isn't going to hit the field until that thing is gone, until we've taken care of it, eliminated the threat, but in the off chance that I have to come in beforehand to do anything, like change the terrain or something, then we want to make sure that we have that. And knockoff is still going to is also a bit of a worry. It might knock off my Tanga berry instead, and that's still going to do a lot of damage. So ideally we do not want to bring this Pokemon in until that Thwacky is gone, just to avoid any of this. But U-turn is more of a threat than the knockoff is at this stage. So, and I suppose I will show you that in the calcs, just so we do use them a little bit here. So, have I? I don't think I have. I've got to do the pokey paste. Yeah, we're gonna go here. Import. Okay. Alright, so now only show imported sets. Let's bring up this Thwacky. Miguel Thwacky. And I'm gonna have my Lyre. Or I may Calyrex. There we go. Level 22. Now, you can see up here, U-turn is gonna do the most damage. It has a chance to 2-hit KO me. Followed very closely by knockoff. But knockoff is still only a possible 6-hit KO. But at the moment I give my Pokemon an item, so I'm holding a Tanga berry. See how knockoff's damage output has increased? That's what knockoff does. It knocks your item off, and it does more damage if you're holding an item in the first place. So it's only going to do that much damage on the first turn that it knocks off my item. But U-turn... and as you can see, U-turn is doing greatly reduced output damage. So before this was going to be a 2-hit KO. Now it's possible 5-hit KO after, well, on the first turn only. What you have to understand is it can only U-turn on me once, and I use that berry. Once I use that berry, it cannot be used again in battle for the rest of the battle. So after I use up my berry, the damage is going to return to being like about half of me. So it will only be this reduced one time. So we have to be careful in that sense. But I think with the berry, I'm pretty covered. It is going to go for the knockoff, but I'll take a knockoff over a U-turn any day. And we're set up to do what we need to do. And we also have a move, so Laya also has a move that's good for double battles called Life Dew here. Life Dew is identified as a status move, and what it does is it restores health. So it's a healing move. So it heals me and it heals my partner. So that it'll heal the two Pokemon that are in battle. So it's a very good Pokemon with a good move for a double battle scenario. I can still use it in a single battle scenario, but it'll just heal myself. That's a very good move. That's why it's a very good move. Alright, I think this is the squad. And now, so before we get to Miguel, he's somewhere in the mountain, we have to get through the other trainers first. So there are some other trainers to take care of. Let's save the game before we go into this. Alright, it wasn't a kiddie photo, but it was a very sweet memory photo. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna get through these battles. Let's do it. I disabled it, not what you want. I want it enabled. Bullet Seed, TM. Alright, I didn't explain about TMs. Alright, I will do a brief explanation about TMs. TMs are moves that your Pokemon can learn. So I mentioned moves previously. These are moves that they might not naturally learn by level up. So it's like being able to give them additional powerful move or status move or support move. So Bullet Seed is a physical grass type move. I have two, so the Pokemon that are highlighted are the ones that can learn it. I don't want to teach this to either of them because they're special attackers rather than physical attackers, so we pass. Electro Web is a pretty good move. It lowers speed. In fact, we might do that. I might pop that on here. Fake Out, Quick Attack, Electro Ball, Thunder Wave. We can get rid of Quick Attack for Electro Web. Electro Web is another move that works well in double battles. It hits both targets. A bit like Icy Wind, but an electric version of it. Teleport, Rock Tomb. Rock Tomb is coverage, but I am more of a special attacker. Thief, I already have Assurance and Bite, I don't need Thief. Roost is a healing move, but it's for flying types, for birds. So we don't have any birds on the team currently. So that's the basic breakdown of TMs. Is their moves you can teach your Pokemon on top of what they learn already as Pokemon, as they naturally level up. And some of them are really powerful, and some of them are really supportive, and you get them at different times throughout the game. Often as rewards for beating gym leaders, or beating boss types. So let's get into it. So we got Bug Catcher. Suspicious men are in the cave. We're gonna beat the suspicious men as well. Can't have suspicious men around. It's not good for anybody. Trace my stakeout. Rude. You know what? I should have faked out. Because I would have been faster. But it's alright. There we go. Bye bye, Flutzel. Magnezone. have much for this thing right now, to be honest with you. And it's not a very high level, so I'm not too worried, but Magnezone is a very good typing. It's steel and electric, and the steel typing gives it some defensiveness and some resistances. There we go. And there's the Magnet Bomb, which is neutral on me because I've got I'm an ice and electric type. What else have you got? That's it. Alright. Sorted. Paralyze heal. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright, lady. What have you got for me? While I cruise through here, it's just going to be a nice time to drink my coffee and enjoy. Oh, I didn't go back to the big screen, to the main screen. Let's do that actually. There we go. Back to the main screen. Otherwise, yeah, you're kind of squinting to follow along there. That's alright. Everything with the fake out and the sucker punch. Sucker punch is a good move. We get ourselves, actually, Grimmsnarl I think is a sucker punching Pokemon. So I think we get that at some point. Yeah, you lost. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry. Alright, these are the suspicious men that the guy was talking about, so we're gonna take them on and see what they've got. Team Rocket. These are the bad guys in this game. The evil team. And it's our first time encountering them in this game. So these guys are just up to no good. They're being suspicious. They're doing some weird, shady work. Some different stuff. And we're going to find out what exactly it is that they want. Why? Why are they here? What are they doing? What is their goal? Who are they? Drapion. What a Pokemon to have early game. I'm just gonna get Reg out here. And we click Icy Wind. So let me see. Oh, okay, that's better. Just making that adjustment, I need to stretch my legs out. There we go. Organize my limbs. This is slightly uncomfortable. Let me see, how much of this can I get to come through? Don't mind me guys, I'm just trying to see. So I can bring this to my lap. There we go. That is much, much better. Much, much better for me. Shaking my whole setup here. Alright, that's Icy Wind. Alright, so we took a bit of damage in that. We're gonna heal before we get to our next battle. Next suspicious person. Dude, what are you doing? You're pulling a big job, get lost, kid. Don't talk to me like that, man. That's just rude. If they had been nicer, maybe I wouldn't feel the need to, you know, destroy their team right now. This is a poison fighting type. I'm just gonna go with the striker. There's that poison move. Poison moves are always just a little bit dangerous because they can, most of them, have that added effect or added chance of being able to poison you, which is not something that we ideally would like. Little apple. I love apple. And look how cute he is. Little dragon. Apple. I can go out into my basal here. Little worm and an apple. Sorry, I love this little dude. They're so cute. And their evolutions are fantastic. And I'm very, very excited to see if actually what their final new evolution is going to be when the second part of the DLC drops later this year. Alright, so we have defeated 2 suspicious men so far. Don't sneak up on me. Sorry, dude. I don't like it when people sneak up on me either. It's not really fun. Maractus. Cactus. Hunchcrow. Hollow. It's a very sassy bird. Look at him. Sassy Pokemon. And as you can see, we're getting through these battles without too much of a hindrance. They're not wild. Candy. And it's alright if you find this part of the game or the journey tedious. Some of the game is tedious, which is why a lot of people will skip it. But like I said, I like to clear things out and to see what can be seen and have the experiences that will be had in these little smaller micro battles, I guess. But you are gonna notice that I struggle to keep talking a lot during these because they are just a little bit boring, and I do zone out a little bit when I get through them, just to get through them so that I don't have to focus too much on them. Think of it as conserving focus for other things, but I will get better at figuring out what exactly to be talking about when I'm not doing the thing. Now this guy's good, he gives us some muscle band, which we appreciate. That's a good item to have. It's an item that powers up, that powers up physical type moves. I'm gonna just organize this bag by type. Here it is, muscle band. So it boosts physical moves, so it's good for our physical attacking Pokemon, if we wanted to give it to one of them. I'm happy with the items that I've equipped for the upcoming battle, so I'm not going to change it out for anything. Not right now, anyway. Miriam with the Sand Conda. Big snake, dude. Big snake. Big snake. She's a ground type snake. Let's go out into the south. Oh yeah. Speedy snake. Getting in with a sneak quick attack. I suppose as well, I can commentate the battles. I don't know how entertaining that would be, but commentating is obviously a part of this, right? I'm commentating over top of what I'm doing. But yeah, I can learn to commentate the battles. Stamina! That is actually really good on that Pokemon. This is why I like doing this, because it's giving me an opportunity to see what I could get further down the track. It just disabled my Mega Drain. So yeah, I could get a Stamina Dusknoir, and that would be freaking cool. I'm gonna nom on you. Hum nom 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 nom. Hum nom nom nom. And there's another raid den here as well, for those of you doing dens. So we can go in here, but we can't go this way yet because we don't have Rock Smash. Well, we don't have a certain move that we need to be able to get past there. So the game is sectioned off, I guess. You can only get to certain areas like until you clear other certain areas or obtain certain moves or items that allow you to go past the barriers that are in place. Pretty standard game thing to do. To control where you can get to and where you can't get to. Aw, little Pikachu. But you're not my Pikachu, so I'm not worried about taking you down. Reggie Still. Hello. I have your brothers. Both of them, in fact. I don't want to stay in here. What do I have to use against Reggie Still? I could use Reg, but he's gonna have... We're gonna go into Striker. I worry because this thing probably has Bulldoze. And there it is. There's the Bulldoze. This is gonna hurt. Alright, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. Of the Reggies, Reggie Still is not the most offensive type. It's more of a defensive type, which you would expect for his build. But it doesn't mean it can't do damage. But this is good though, because it means every time it lowers my speed, I use Flame Charge and raise my speed, so I continue to outspeed that with some damage. Luckily, I'm going to eat my berry here, get some health back. Citrus berries, so before I was using orange berries, right, which only give me like 10 health back, citrus berries give me 1/3 of my health back, so a significantly larger amount of health back. So yeah, we probably will not be using orange berries going forward, we'll just stick to using these citrus berries. So 1/3 health is the maximum amount that any given berry that heals health will give you back, unless you have like an ability that will enhance the effect. It's just still going for bulldozers pretty naturally. I'm just gonna go out and I'm gonna send out its brother. I'm gonna send out Reg. Reg, meet your brother. Get bulldoze. Oh, it's a crit. And I can bulldoze you back. Oh. He got scared. He ran away. Into a fighting type. Hawlucha is a scary Pokemon. A good Pokemon, but a scary Pokemon. I really don't want to see a Hawlucha on my screen. I'm gonna go into Grimm's. Even at a lower level than me, this thing is still scary. Karate chop! And it crit! We covered. Grimm's should do fine here. Yeah, Grimm's is fine here. Good job, buddy. Proud of you. Now it's just this Reggie Still. We're already in. It's already at low health. We're just gonna bite you. Probably won't take you out. Oh no, it does take you out. There you go. Alright. There we go. Alright. Oh, you shocked me. Oh, you're just a kid. We're in here scaring everybody, creeping around. Are we the suspicious ones? Who knows? It's this thing again. Oh no, I've been confused. Confusion is by far one of the most annoying status things you can get in this game. Just because so confusion, obviously, confuses. Holy crap, that's a Valiant Shield Rhyperior. That's in the game. This thing is defensively bulky. We're just gonna swap here to Basal, our own Valiant Shield Pokemon, to counter this Valiant Shield Pokemon. Oh, it's Scary Facing me. Scary Face lowers my attack by my speed by 2 stages, so I am slow now, but that's alright. It's gonna try and hurt me, but I got that defense buff, so we're alright. We're alright. But it's not. It's not, because it's very weak to this. Oh, Wish Dash, this is ideal. Mud Bomb. Everything is critting at the moment. I don't appreciate that. I don't like that as a sign of things that might happen next. Feels like a bad omen. Feels like we're headed to possibly disaster. Alright. Moonstone. Moonstone is good. That's an evolution stone. I don't think I have anything that needs a moonstone or that evolves through moonstone. We're getting there. We're getting there. We've got 2 more battles with some suspicious men to do before we get to our main battle that we've prepped for. Alright, buddy. Little kids shouldn't be messing around with grown-ups. It could be bad news. For you. It could be bad news, honestly. Does it have poison type moves right now? I don't know. Let's go into Reg. Let's go into Reg. There's that move knockoff I was talking about. I'll have my berry now. Oh no! I'm gonna bulldoze you. It's gonna keep knocking off. But now, see, it does less damage because I don't have that item anymore. So the buff it got from me having an item initially, gone. And now we are speedy. Well, we're not speedy, but they're a lot slower. Which works in our favor. Drapion's still a powerful Pokemon though, as you can see, it's still doing a fair amount of damage. Yes. And lastly... Regirock. Bro is here. Now we have one of these as well. I'm just gonna go out into Basal, get that defense boost because this guy's a physical attacker, and we're a grass type though, so we do well against this. He bulldozes. That's fair. That's fair. And this is neutral in me. There we go. There we go. Does this one shot? No, not quite. Nearly. Nearly a one shot. There we go. Alright, one last dude. How I probably should heal. Alright. Last suspicious dude. We, Team Rocket, shall find the fossils. Oh, they're here for the fossils. Reviving Pokemon from them will earn us huge riches. They want the fossils. You will never get the fossils. I will get the fossils. The fossils are mine. They deserve to have a good life. I'm not going to just sell them for money. Ha! Yeah, the Regigigas. The Regis are making a debut in this, guys. They're everywhere in this. You can't walk 10 steps without finding a Regi. Unfortunately, because he's so nerfed in this, I am not afraid to stay in and just click buttons. You confuse me, which is about all you can do. Bloody pain in the butt. Okay. I don't think I actually finished explaining confusion before. Confusion confuses you. You get the little duckies. And every turn you go to attack, there's a chance that instead of attacking your opponent, you attack yourself because you're confused. You hit yourself in your confusion. And it is the most frustrating thing in the world to hit yourself in your confusion. In confusion. It's like when you get up at night and you're trying to find a light switch and you just walk into furniture. I hit myself in my confusion. Or in my, blind state. Alright, battle with him is done. Low sweep. We will have a look at who might be able to learn that before we go into the battle. Another moonstone. Moonstones are in abundance in this game. You do not ever need to worry about it. Oh. Do I want that? No. Not currently. Wait, what is my moveset? Let's have a quick look. I have Bite and Assurance. Do I need Bite and Assurance? I could put Low Sweep instead of Assurance and just have it for coverage. I think I might do that. Assurance is potentially more powerful, but I prefer Bite for the flinch chance. So what that does is, so I am a dark fairy type, right? Nope, nope. Back. Where am I? I am a dark fairy type, right? So my moves get boosted if the moves I'm using are dark and fairy type. So I have here cover, which is a fairy type, so it gets boosted by stab, and so does bite. Low sweep does not because it's a fighting move, and I am not a fighting type, but I can still utilize the move to for coverage purposes. So I can use it against Pokemon that are weak to it, and it just does what it says it does. It gives me coverage. So different type moves, different to your type, give you coverage. And they can even cover some of your weaknesses, so things that might be able to hurt you more. And that's what you need to consider when you play this game is what kind of coverage can you give each individual Pokemon to account for its weaknesses and to account for what you're going up against. So it's all another part of the strategy. Now our strategy for this, so we actually need to put Reg back out front, because I need the first two Pokemon that come out to be these two Pokemon. So they have to be in slot 1 and slot 2 for that to be viable, for that to happen. Alright, we're going to save the game before we take on this dude. And I am sorry that the lighting has got gradually darker. It's actually raining outside, so there's very little natural light in here. I have some lamps on at the moment, and obviously they aren't doing the best at lighting me up in too much of a way. But it is what it is for now. Alright, I found these fossils. They're both mine. Alright, he's greedy. Don't be greedy, man. I can understand though. Like, I love fossils too. I would probably try to keep both of them for myself if I was the one who came across them initially. You know, I might feel a little bit like I want both of them for myself. But life is about learning to share, and I guess battling for it is a good way to go about it. Alright, fight. Turn 1. We are going to Icy Wind and Sludge. Now, one of us is not going to get our move off, and it's going to be Reg. Smort, and this thing's just going to go boom. So it's what that tells me is that the AI has read that there is no hope against these Pokemon for his team, and he has just decided to go boom. And now they're both gone. Alright, so that's a good turn 1 for us. Reg didn't even have to do anything. Reg flinched. Couldn't do anything. But as you see, the grassy terrain is up, and we just got some health back from it, which is what grassy terrain does. And now here are his final 2 Pokemon. I am actually kind of just fine to stay in here at this point. Yeah. I am kind of, just fine to stay in here. I can Charge Beam the Bibarel, and I can Mega Drain the Bibarel. Ooh. I tried to Will-O-Wisp me. So Will-O-Wisp is a move that burns. And we Charge Beam, and this is gonna be bye-bye Bibarel. Bye-bye Bibarel. And we get a boost to our special attack, which is gonna help us take out this Sableye. So now our opponent is in an unfair situation. It's 2 versus 1. Sometimes this will be you in a battle. You'll get down to 1 Pokemon left, and it'll suck, because it means you're probably not going to have a high hope of winning that battle if you get reduced to 1 Pokemon. So still going to Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp isn't going to do anything at this point. It's burned my Reg. We're about to win, so the fact that he's gotten burned is largely irrelevant. Oh, he has a berry. He might live this, but I am also boosted in special attack right now, so might not. We'll see. Nah. He's not living. He's not living. He's not living. There is no life in Okay, I'll share. Alright, your boy has learned his lesson. It doesn't matter which one. I'm gonna make sure I heal. It doesn't matter which one I pick because it's randomized. So we'll just pick the Helix fossil. Alright, now we've beaten this guy. He's got his fossil, I've got my fossil. We are both happy. The issue has been resolved. I'm going to save the game, and then we're going to do prep for our next battle. And this one I will take you through the calcs on. Don't mind me itching my nose. I get a bit of an itchy nose from time to time. Hay fever, sinuses, it's spring here. Dust. Anything and everything that could irritate a nose is present, even if only in small amounts. I can't believe it's raining outside. I was not expecting rain for the day. I love rain. It's so calming and nice. But it is a bit colder than usual, hence I've got my big warm jackie on. We don't want to go all the way there right now. We want to go to our PC and prepare for our next battle. Alright, let me come back around here for a second. Let me come back around here. And let's bring ourselves to our calc screen. Here we go. Alright, let's go back to here. Back to here. There we go. That's the battle we just did. Our next battle is this guy. Team Rocket. Admin. Archer. And he's got 3 Pokemon, but really only one of them is annoying, and it's the Mighty Anna, the doggy, the puppy. He's got 2 puppies. Why do bad people have puppies? I mean, for all we know, he treats the puppies well, but still, why? Anyway, so we need to prepare for this. So, let's have a look at what we got. Now, we'll go through it step by step like we did last time as well. So the first thing I'm looking at is he's got a little Limit, which is a rock poison type. This thing has an ability called Toxic Debris. And what Toxic Debris does is if I hit this thing with a physical move, it's going to set toxic spikes, or it's going to have debris from its body fall off and onto the ground, covered in poison, and if I send in any other Pokemon, they will get poisoned because there's spikes on the ground that are poisonous. So ideally, we want to take this thing out with a special attacker so that we do not have to deal with that. Now, I do have a Psychic type here, and I think that is the play. Thori here is a good option for that. Now, having Thori out the front, she's a Psychic type, and his other 2 Pokemon are Dark types, which are both very super effective against her. So it might bait in one of those 2 Pokemon. And what I mean when I say bait in is that it's going to encourage the AI to make a choice about swapping into one of those Pokemon. So I just have to be mindful of that. And obviously if it swaps into one of those things, it's not the end of the world. I just have to make sure I have an answer for those things, or if I want to be bold, I can predict that it might switch and I can switch accordingly. But it depends. It just depends what the AI wants to do. So in event that the AI switches, we have to, account for these Pokemon anyway. So we're going to prep for them anyway. So we're going to have answers in the back in the case that will happen. So I'll blank slate it. I'll deposit everything so we do full party composition from scratch. There we go. Alright, so first one going out, our lead. So the first Pokemon that goes out is called your lead Pokemon. My lead for this battle is going to be Sarita, and she has Fatal Precision as well, so she's going to do a lot of damage. She's going to definitely take it out. But let's go to the calc screen now, up here to the calcs, because I did say I was going to do this. I have to do the Pokepaste thing. Let me close the other Pokepaste very quickly, and then there we go. Here we are. Control C. Come down here. Delete that. Paste that. Import that. Boom. Done. Alright. So now we're going to look up the limit. There's the limit. And we're going to put in my Gothitelle. I got to remember not to put their nicknames in, because their nicknames aren't what they are in this thing. And we're level 22. And we're modest. And we have Psybeam as our move. And we also have the ability Fatal Precision. And we're going to be holding... I'll decide what I want to hold later. Alright, but as we can see, if we click on Psybeam here, it's a guaranteed OHKO, so it's going to kill it in one hit. If we come over here and look at its moves, it's the moves that's going to do the most to us is Vanish Shock, but it's a possible 5-hit KO, so we're not really under any threat from this Pokemon. And if we come down here, we look across, we can see its speed is 35, whereas my speed is 40, so I am going to go first. And I should be able to take it out in one hit. So it just depends whether or not they swap into a Dark type, which will be immune to my Psybeam. So it makes it a very likely play that the AI will switch into one of its dark types to counter my Psybeam and keep its limit alive until the end. So yeah, I could use one of my other moves, you know, predict that and use another move, or I can predict that and switch, or I can let him do it and not be worried about it. So I have options as my first thing. So that's that taken care of. So we know from the calculations that one Psybeam is going to do the trick here. Fantastic. So let's look at these other Pokemon now. Alright, we got our Hound. Next up is the Houndour. Or Houndour. Houndour. I don't know how it's said, but anyway. Houndour, little fire puppy. Fire dark. So it's got two typings, fire and dark. So we want something that can deal with both of those things. I have a Regirock just kind of chilling here. I have a Gur. Gur might be the answer. Ooh, but you're also a good answer. You are a great answer, in fact, but I like you more for the Mightyena. Do you have double kick right now? Oh, you're not. You don't have double kick right now, but it's almost unnecessary. So I think... who else is here? No, our best answers to this Pokemon are these two. So Rock is super effective against fire types, and Fighting is super effective against dark types. So let me have a look here. 55, 60. So actually has the better special defense, because this is a special attacking Pokemon. So, but 55, it's not much less, so it's not going to do too much more damage. We can calc it anyway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Gur here for... Still doesn't have a rock type move. I did get Rock Tomb. I can teach it Rock Tomb. I will actually do that right now. I will teach these... Do you have Rock Tomb? There we are. And it happened again. So that's only like twice per thinger-doober. Alright. So you have Rock Throw. Alright, so we can upgrade. We can upgrade Rock Throw to Rock Tomb. And I will also teach my other little rock type dino how to use the Rocket Tomb. Alright. So that's really good for Gur. He gets a more powerful attack. And you get your first rock type move. What have we got? Oh, that's right. You still have moves that aren't even yours. Alright, goodbye, Aqua Jet. Goodbye, Aqua Jet. Do you learn Thief? You do. Let's teach Override Secret Sword for Thief. Then you've got your own kind of moveset, I guess. Roost, Low Sweep. What else? That's it. Alright. So back in we go. Alright. I can put you back in here. Alright, but now, in terms of calcing, let's go across to the calc screen. Alright, here we are. So now we're going to look at Houndour. Hoi. Hound. Houndour. Where is the... Maybe it didn't get imported. I guess we have to do it. Oh no. Houndour custom set. Is this it? This is it. Yeah, alright, so it's there. Alright, and then I have a Regirock at level 22. That's Adamant with Rock Tomb. Alright, as we can see, clicking on the Rock Tomb is the guaranteed... Ooh, not copied, I don't need to copy you, but guaranteed Oko. And then coming over here, its most effective move that it can use against me is Snarl, so it may do that. Does this one, it has Protect. I do not know if this is the right set, to be honest with you. It probably is for this battle. It probably is for this battle. Alright. But that's the most it can do to me, and it's not a lot, so we're fine there. We're fine. Now, last Pokemon to calc for is going to be the Mighty down here, which is another dark type, but I already have someone who's going to be really good for this, and that is going to be my one and only this guy here, because he's a fighting type. He has not the greatest defense, but he resists its strongest moves, so we'll calc that in a sec what it is. And we want to, the main thing we want to make sure of is that we outspeed, that we're faster than it. Because Brick Break, I feel like, is going to do a lot of damage. So let's pop you on the team, have a look at you, get you ready to look at. And let's go over to the calcs just to make sure what's going to happen here. Alright, Mighty Anna. There it is, and then we've got Hitmon Lee. Hitmon Lee, Lee. Level 22. And we're adamant. And we have Brick Break. Beautiful. Alright. Brick Break is a guaranteed O code. Fantastic. So Fire Fang and Ice Fang actually do like half our health, so there's a chance that they can 2-hit KO us. That's quite a lot of damage, because we're not the most defensive type in the world. So, what we actually want to account for here, this Pokemon likes to use a move called Howl, which raises its attack. And generally, the AI will read, if I swap out a Pokemon, it will go for that setup attack, and it will set up its attack. So by the time that I get in, but I outspeed though, so it's not really a problem. So if it wastes a turn setting up, and I swap into this Pokemon, I outspeed it on the next turn, so it won't actually get a chance to attack me. So it'll be fine. But if I swap in, if it doesn't set up, in the off chance it doesn't set up, and it goes for one of these two attacks, we can take quite a chunk of damage actually. So we want to make sure that we just give ourselves a berry, a health berry, to make sure we get that health back. Alrighty. So those are our core three for this battle. They're our main ones. They should do the job, but like before, we want to have backup Pokemon to come in and assist should things go horribly wrong. A great backup Pokemon here is Grimm's, because Grimm's has Fake Out, and is also a Fairy type, which is going to do damage against the Mighty Annie here. And then another good backup. We do have we do have Legion here. Legion isn't the greatest to bring to this fight, mainly because of all the dark types, but I can give her a dark, if I have it, a dark reduction berry, and the main reason I'm considering her is because she has Aqua Jet, which is a priority move that she can come in, outspeed, and use to pick up a KO if something goes wrong. And she's got Sand Spit too, so if she does get attacked, she'll set the weather up and get some more damage off. And then the last one that I probably want to bring, as a backup for this fight, probably Reg, just to have some bulk there. Reg is weak to a couple of things here, but it's a good option against the Glimmet if I have to come back in against that. So now we're going to assign people their berries. Okay, Health Berry is going to be for Sarita. Health Berry is also going to be for Gur. And a Health Berry is also going to be for Only. Now a Health Berry is also going to be for Grimm's. Now for Legion though, we are hoping that we have Colbur berries. I don't think I do. No, I don't. So I don't actually have the berry that I need. So I'm not going to give her a citrus berry. I'm going to give her something to boost her water type moves. But Reg, we want to make sure, because I'm using him basically for a backup against the Glimmet, which is a rock type, I want to make sure that rock types aren't going to hurt me too much. So I'm going to give Reg a Charty berry. Beautiful. Reg now has a nice Charty berry. And I said I was going to give... Mystic Water is the item that we're looking for. We happen to be in the right spot. It powers up water type moves, so if Legion does have to come in and get an Aqua Jet off, it's going to be the most powerful Aqua Jet that she can put out at this point in the game. So, which is reasonably powerful. Yeah, look at that attack stat. It'll be alright. She'll do alright. Alright, so this is the squad that we're gonna go with. I just realized I haven't been updating sprites along the bottom of the screen either. Oh lordy. That's alright, that's alright. I forgive myself for forgetting that for today. It's alright. I can do it for this battle though. I mean, I have just had that light bulb moment. Light bulb. Alright, so let's do that then. Let's go back to the main screen and let's update these little sprites. So, who is on the team? We have Regirock, we have Regice, we have Grimmsnarl. There's only a couple we need to update. Alright, so we want to get rid of Calyrex and Ivysaur, and we want to get rid of Zebstrika, and we want to put in, let's have a look. We want to put in a Gothitelle first. Gothitelle. Hockey. This one. Hopping. Okay, here they are. Goth is going in first, so we pop you out to here. Alright, there's Gothitelle. And then we want to get to Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee. Open. Oh, he looks great. Look at him doing his high kick. What a great sprite. Look at that kick. Look at that, right in the face. If you got kicked by that, you're not getting up again. That's just, you're on another planet. That is eliminated from the face of the earth kind of kick in the face. That's what that is. And then the last one is going to be Basculegion. We'll see if we have a thing for that. I think I do, but Basculegion. What a name, Basculegion. Rightio. Here we go. Alright. Ooh, I have a shiny one. Shiny. She's all shiny. There we go. Alright, and we got our shiny girl on there. Oh, look at the squad, you guys. They look really good together down there. And of course I'm going to try to keep remembering to do that before each major battle. Like I said I would. Learning. Alright, so we've got the layout happy now. Let us go into the battle and see how we go with it. Last battle for today before we get out, and we'll probably just get to Cerulean and take care of some business in Cerulean and then wrap up. Because it's going on lunchtime here. Alright, we're as ready as we can be. As ready as we can be. Alright. Hey you, wait right there! Are you the twerp messing with my grunts? Little kid, you think you're brave? I'll teach you a valuable lesson. Oh buddy. Oh buddy. I don't think you know what you got yourself into. I think he's in over his head and he doesn't even realize. Bruh. Why you gotta talk to me like that? Alright, now let's see. We sled him, he withdraws. As expected. I was pretty sure that this was going to happen. Now it doesn't affect, now I swap. Into only... on the Howl, which was also predicted. So he's just set up, but I'm faster. So, good day, my good sir. And my ability activates anyway, but irrelevant. And goodbye! And he's gone. So, threat eliminated there, so we don't have to worry about the mighty Enum. This little goober comes back in. Hello, little goober. I go back into my goober. That is designed to take out this goober. Oh. Can you tell my brain function is not that high at the moment? Oh, goodness. Alright, so we're going to side him here, and again, he withdraws, as expected, because he still has another dark type. Oh, I'm too nervous to eat berries. How unfortunate. How unfortunate. So we just go out into the Gur here. That's why I have low brain function. I'm out of coffee. He snarled me. Lowered my special attack. I'm not a special attacker. Get rock tombed. Hidden power is not even... Oh. I thought so. It was the wrong set because in this one it's hidden power ice. So that's not an updated set. Hidden power ice, not hidden power electric. Noted. Alright, so this is a... We're back to the little Rubric limit, but now he doesn't have any more dark types, so he can't switch. He's got nothing to do except go down to a Psybeam. What you gonna do? Mud shot. Oh no! Doesn't do a thing. Alright, and here we go. They get one Venom Shock off on us, which is their best move for us, and they go down to a Psybeam. Goodbye, little limit. And we win! What a shameful blunder. Yes, on your part, as you know. At least he realizes, right? He realizes. Some people would have lost that battle and, you know, still said it was your fault somehow. Yeah. I don't know. Oh. Alright, we get some more care packages. So we've made it out of MT.MOON. Goal achieved. We've cleared MT.MOON. Success. Well done us. Proud of my brain. We made it. We made it, we made it, we made it. And now we get a bunch of items. Now these aren't trainers, they just give us stuff. TM power up punch. And some PP ups. And then there's some more items. And we get the sunstone. Now we have already gotten an encounter on this route because it started at the start of MT.MOON and it finishes here. So it's still the same route, so you only get one encounter, so we've already got it. And we've made it to Cerulean! Alright, so Cerulean, there's quite a few things we can get done here. I think I will wrap up for today though, and I'll save doing Cerulean for the next stream. I have a bunch of other things I want to do today, some recording that I want to do today, so I've got to conserve my voice and my energy for those things. Sometimes you just got to save twice in this game just to make sure. Just to make sure you really save that game. Save it so hard. Save it. Alright, the game has been saved. We're in Cerulean City. We got through MT.MOON, which was the entire goal of today. Next stream, we will clear out Cerulean City before progressing on to the next stage. Thanks for being here if you had a watch, if you came in, if you even just sat here and watched for 10 seconds before going off somewhere else, it's all good. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm learning, I'm improving, I'm figuring it all out. And I hope I never stop. It's so much fun. For me anyway. Alright guys, be kind, do good things, take care of yourselves.